It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and today we got a beer from Fourpure Brewing Company. It's been a little while since I reviewed one of their beers. This beer has been released into Sainsbury's in the UK. I'm going to roll my sleeves up for this one because I fancy it. It's a funny one. Some things seem to work on the side of a can. Some things maybe don't. This is called Juiced. It's a mango and raspberry fruited beer, 2.8% ABV. I also believe that it's been launched into Tesco's too. So Tesco's and Sainsbury's for this one. Oozing with ripe mango and fresh raspberry flavour. Now, if this said mango and passion fruit, I probably would have left it on the shelf. But mango and raspberry, that seems quite interesting, don't it? Let's get this fruited beer out into a glass and see what we get. 2.8% ABV. Little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. So what I'm hoping for with this beer is something ultimately really quite refreshing. I think that's what they've gone for here, especially with the word juiced on the can. Mango, raspberry, 2.8% ABV, very light in the ABV. So we've got a one finger white head. It's an orange ambery coloured beer. A little bit of haze going on, little bit of carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. And in terms of sediment, well, I would kind of be hoping for a little bit of sediment in the bottom of this glass, because it is, as they called it, a fruited beer. And especially with the pulp of raspberry and mango, you would expect a little bit of that pulp in the bottom of the glass, but unfortunately there isn't any, which I'd like to hope. I've not looked at the side of the can, I've not read the ingredients. I'd like to think that there's some real fruit in here and not just concentrates, but judging by the lack of any pulp, even like a microscopic piece of pulp in the bottom of the glass, then I don't hold my hopes very high. The beer cost me £2.50. Let's get the aroma. It's interesting. Definitely along the lines of more of an organic aroma on the beer. A bit like if you walked into a greenhouse. It's almost minty, a minty, spicy aroma to it. It smells interesting enough. Let's get in. Cheers, everybody. So the first experience I felt was this little kind of push of carbonation around the inside of the mouth. It was quite hissy and fizzy on the palate. Beer was being pushed around the inside of the mouth, and you're expecting then a big flavour. The bonus of this beer, the positive point of this beer, is the fact that you get a lot of a grain flavour. There's a lot of light biscuit flavour coming through. It's light and biscuity and quite pleasant in that respect. But then the flavours, the actual kind of mango and raspberry flavour, it's a little bit odd, to be honest. So there are a lot of plus points in this beer. But the flavours, I can only kind of quite describe it as this weird, like minty, weird, like spearmint, peppermint, spearmint taste to it. And I think it's the combination of the two flavours that they've added here. I am going to guess that it's concentrate. I am going to say that it's some kind of cordial or something along those lines. It's not fresh raspberries. It's definitely not fresh mango. But those two flavours, they've used a mango flavour here and they've used a raspberry flavour, and they've just clashed. They've just clashed and it's not quite worked out. It's not massively unpleasant. I'm not standing here saying it's massively unpleasant. The beer is refreshing, it's light, it's carbonated, there's some nice kind of light wafer biscuit malt flavours coming through. But then them flavours clash just to give a finish of mint. It's just this kind of really weird minty flavour on the finish. I don't know how kind of important 2.8% ABV, low ABV beers are to this, of course, my audience watching. Let me know in the comments box down below. Are you looking for a light ABV beer along these lines? Is this something that's really gonna kind of float your boat? Or are you going to be standing on the supermarket shelf? Perhaps you pick it up, you have a little look at it, perhaps you put it back on the shelf again, you go to walk away with your trolley, you think, should I just buy it to try it for my £2.50? And you're kind of in a bit of a kind of like a to and fro with yourself. Am I going to buy it? Am I not going to buy it? And I think that's where the beer sits, to be honest with you. You're going to need quite a lot of it if you want what beer offers you if you drink 4 or 5 pints of it. And that's a little bit of tipsiness. I don't drink for those reasons, but some people choose to do that. There's no getting away from it. There's no hiding away from that fact. Some people drink for the feeling, the effect. And at a 2.8% ABV beer, you're going to struggle for that effect, aren't you? It's almost rhubarby and minty and very organic. This is not just beer, it's a fruit explosion. Juice blends mango's tropical sweetness with raspberry zesty tartness for a unique, refreshing experience. A vibrant, bold adventure in every sip. There's no... It just says it contains barley, oats and wheat. And there's no ingredients on the side of the can, which suggests to me that it's some kind of cordial concentrate of mango and raspberry rather than pulp, as I mentioned earlier on. Rating for the beer, I mean, it's okay. I don't feel like I want to pour this beer away, but at the same time, I don't think I'll buy it again. It's not one of those beers that I'm going, yeah, I'm going to buy this beer again. So for me, I'm going to say it's a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.